everyone. How is everyone doing? I'm guessing I'm already live. I just spilled my tea a little. I'm like, oh, did that just go live? Anyway, how is everyone doing today? How are you doing? How was your sleep last night? Remember yesterday we committed to getting 8 hours or at least 7.5 hours of sleep, depending on how much sleep you wanted. So who all kept their commitment, because that was your challenge, to go to bed on time? So comment below, did you get to go to bed on time? Did you get a good night's sleep? I'm so glad I'm doing this challenge with you guys because I had committed to 10:30 and I was still working and I looked at the time and it was 10:40 and I was like, yeah, you know what? I made a commitment. I need to stop. So you probably saw me on Facebook at 10:30 and then at 10:40 I decided, yeah, it's done. So it's good to verbally commit because when we commit to something, there's a highly likely chance that we're going to do it. So commit below if you haven't already to a time that you want to head to bed. So you guys, if you didn't watch yesterday's day one, we talked about the perfect condition for our body to heal, right? We talked about the autonomic nervous system, how we want to get into a state called coherence. We want to get into a state of restoration, a state of healing, because that's when the body can heal. When we are in the fight and flight state, the body cannot heal. So if you haven't watched yesterday's day one module already, if you haven't watched it yet, actually go back, watch it, so you know how to prepare yourself, how to have the right conditions for your body to heal. Today, what I wanted to share with you guys today is really exciting because this was the game changer for me to understand, where I went, oh my goodness, I have the power to heal my body. Because previously when I used to get sick, I used to feel powerless. I used to feel, okay, I know the path this particular sickness is going to take, so I'm used to it. It does this thing, and I'm going to share more about you guys why I'm doing this challenge with you on Friday. It'll be a surprise. So I used to give the power away. I used to have these expectations. Okay, it's going to go this way, and what can I do about it? It's just how the bacteria or the virus works, right? But there is more. There is more to our sickness. There's more to healing. And so today we are going to be talking about cancer. We're going to be talking about spontaneous remission of cancer. And I can't wait to share the slides with you guys. I can wait for you all to see the 9 factors for spontaneous remission. So give me a second. I'm going to share my PowerPoint slide with you all. Share. Amazing. Slideshow. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing there. Slideshow from current slide. All right, you guys, day 2. Now, why am I talking about spontaneous remission of cancer? It's not that I'm saying someone here has cancer or I have cancer, none of that, right? We're not trying to get cancer here. But the reason I wanted you guys to know, and if you have cancer, it's great to know this, by the way. It's great to know the other tools you can use that can support your recovery, right? And for those of you who don't have cancer and you're going, why do I need to know about spontaneous remission of cancer? It's because what I found was powerful is the very same factors that was used by these folks for spontaneously healing their body. And these folks, let me tell you, the science I'm going to be sharing is from the folks who were terminally ill, which means they were told by their doctor, you are going home to die. You only have a few weeks left. And these were the people who transformed their life because they refused to be the 90% or the 99% who died of the sickness. And they decided, you know what, I'm going to be the 1% who survives, right? So powerful, powerful stuff. I'm really excited to share this with you because this also helps you prevent cancer. And what I've found is many of the things that helped people with spontaneous recovery of cancer can also be used in spontaneous recovery of many other health conditions that we struggle with, right? As human beings, that's something we are all exposed to. Diseases. So now I'm going to share the information that was in Kelly Turner's. So Kelly is actually a doctor, a PhD. So she's the scientist who did the research on the radical remission of cancer. So she also has a book, and her book is called Radical Remission, Surviving Cancer Against All Odds. So if you want to learn more about the 9 factors I'm about to share with you, go check out her book. Amazing book. You can read more. It helps you understand. So Kelly Turner, she used to work as a psychotherapist. She used to see patients with cancer. And what happened one day, and this is before she decided to do a PhD on cancer, right? So one day there was a patient she had who was told, you're going home to die. There was no hope, but this patient decided he wasn't going to go home to die. And he miraculously healed his cancer. So Kelly Turner, I don't know why I called it Kelly Turner decided, okay, you know what, there's something here. I know it's just one person who healed themselves, but there might be something here. So she decided to dedicate her life on studying the people who were told they were going to die of cancer, on how they spontaneously healed themselves. So that's what you'll find in this book. And I'm going to share with you the highlights from it. Okay, so one of the research, or one of the numbers survey showed 38% in US will experience cancer. I couldn't find the Canada numbers, so I found the US numbers. It's actually pretty high, 38%. And the reality is all of us somehow will have someone in our families who might have cancer if you're not going to have cancer, right? Because it's 38%. So why not, if we had the tools to help others, to serve others, why not give them these tools? Why not empower them, right? Because many a times when someone is diagnosed with cancer, depending on how someone is approaching it, a person could see it as a death sentence. Depending on their doctor, a doctor who might tell them, you know what, you're going home to die, may leave them hopeless, unless that person is strong-minded and going, hey, you know what, I refuse to listen to this doctor, and I'm going to be that one person who lives, right? So it's great to have all this information so then you can make an informed decision for your health, not just cancer. Now, in what Kelly did in her research was she reviewed over 1,500 cases of spontaneous healing, spontaneous remission of cancer. And these were cancer from all areas, so breast cancer, lymphatic cancer, so different types, varieties of cancer. It wasn't just one type of cancer. She interviewed 150 of these people. And what she found was 75 factors for radical remission. So she noted down, analyzed, and there were different factors that the people said was what helped them heal their cancer. So there were 75 factors. But what she found was over 1,500 cases, there were 9 factors that were the same for all these people who were told they were going to die, but miraculously healed their cancer. And those are the 9 factors I wanted to share with you all, because those 9 factors are so powerful in healing. I believe if we all did those 9 factors, we can heal from all sorts of diseases, right? Now, once again, I want to say none of this means medical science is bad. Don't go to your doctor. Don't get treatment. No. That's not what I'm saying here. I am educating you on what else you can do in addition to that, right? If a doctor says, hey, you are going to die, maybe you don't want to listen to that completely, right? You have other options. So informed decision, know what is out there and make a choice, right? Now, 9 factors of radical remission. I'm so excited to share this with you all. So we all, right now, you probably have guessed the first 2, right? Everybody who was diagnosed with cancer were told you're going to die. The first thing, or one of the things they all did, was change their diet. Now, one of the things Kelly mentioned was she thought that all these people would be taking a particular supplement, something that's common among all of them, but that was not not the case. There wasn't just one thing that each person took and that was common and that healed them. No, they all did drastically change their diets though, started eating healthy, reduce sugar content, food with high sugar content, things of that sort. Now, number 2 for radical remission of cancer is taking control of your health. So remember how I was talking about when the doctor gives you the diagnosis and the diagnosis is poor. You don't have to take it, right? So these people took control of over their health. They decided they were going to do something about their health. They decided they were not going to be the 1% who is going to die. Oh, sorry, the 99% who's going to die. They were going to be the 1% who would heal themselves. They took care of their health. They started to see how they could strengthen their body, the things they needed to do. They took power over their body. So instead of allowing cancer to dictate them, they decided they were going to dictate the cancer, right? And this applies, you guys, to all health conditions. So if I might be talking about cancer, but you can even think about chronic health, right? Or chronic pain. If you have chronic pain, how can these things help? Because these things can help even with chronic pain. And I'll give you an example later. If we have time, we can dive into chronic pain. If not, we'll do it tomorrow. The third one was using herbs and supplements. Already spoke about that. There wasn't a common herb or a common supplement that they all took. But they all took some form of herbs and supplements. And it makes sense because all of us, our bodies have different needs, right? Maybe one person needs more vitamin C and another person needs more vitamin D, right? So it's always good to go to a nutritionist, see what's missing in your diet or what's missing in your body, right? So always good to do that. Now, number 4, following your intuition. Very powerful, right? We don't hear this quite a lot in the science community. It's the first time I heard it was when I decided to get my HeartMath certification, and HeartMath talks about heart intelligence and intuition. But before that, when I did my master's degree in occupational therapy and when I did my bachelor's in integrative sciences, we learned cell and molecular, we learned psychology, all of those things. Not once was I thought about the intuition, heart intelligence, because science didn't exist back then about these subjects. Now, like I mentioned yesterday, HeartMath in the 2000s, right? That's when this research even came out, right? So some of our textbooks are really old. It's based on old content. So it's time to update. So following your intuition. And I just want to take a moment here for all of you. Now, this is a 5-day challenge. So if you're struggling with any health condition, again, I told you, even though it might look like this is just for cancer, it applies to everything. So let's say if you have a hormonal condition, many women do. Let's say you have a heart condition, right? Let's say you have multiple sclerosis, anything, let it be anything. Today, your challenges, I want you to write down in your journals, ask this particular condition, why it's there. I don't know if you've already done this, but this is a game changer. I used to do this with my chronic pain condition clients. The pain, you would think they're experiencing chronic pain, it's something physiological. Their pain levels used to be 10 out of 10. But under every chronic pain condition, under the pain levels of 10 out of 10, there was the emotional component. If that pain could talk, if your disease could talk, what would it say to you? Why is it there? Right? Ask yourself, this is the challenge. This is today's, yesterday was all about sleep. Today, if you have a physical health condition, doesn't matter, it could be a cold, something as small as a cold. Ask it why it is there. Why are you here? Is it trying to say you need to stop, you need to take care of yourself, so you've been running, and you're starting to run low and you need to shift and take care of your health? Is it trying to say you need to change your diet has been really horrible? Is it trying to say you have suppressed emotions from your past and it's time you forgive, it's time you let go of that shame, that guilt, it's time to practice self-love? What is it trying to say? That is your challenge question for today. What is your health condition trying to say to you? Because if you listen, it's speaking. It's there with a purpose. Your body speaks to you. You just have to quieten and listen. All right. So following your intuition. Number 5, and following your intuition, let me also specify you guys. If your heart says, hey, you know what, I'm really feeling I should do this, and this is going to really help me. Releasing, forgiving somebody is really going to help me. If you're finding intuitions like that, where your heart is just saying, this is what I need, follow your heart's intelligence. Your body, your intelligence, you know you better than anybody else in this world. You got to know you, right? Sometimes you've just suppressed yourself. You haven't even asked yourself, what are my needs? And if you have a health condition, maybe it is telling you it's time. It's time you went within and saw, what are my own needs, right? All right. Number 5, release suppressed emotions. Very, very important. I actually covered that while talking about number 4 when I gave you the example of my chronic pain clients. Oftentimes under that chronic pain, there's either shame, there's guilt, there's anger, but you know, underneath all these, there's the component of fear again. And that is why it's so important to release the suppressed emotions. Because remember, you learned yesterday, and I know yesterday sounded like we were doing a lot of science, but it was so important for you to understand. Because when you are in fear, all those negative emotions, bottom line, fear, right? If I took you on a journey to go get to the bottom of why you're experiencing something, there's either a fear of not feeling enough, fear of rejection, fear of being abandoned, right? Fear of judgment, fear of failure. There's always some sort of fear at the very bottom, at the core, right? So what did you learn yesterday? From a place of fear, your body is in a fight and flight state, so you cannot heal. So it's very important to transform those suppressed emotions. Maybe you went through a trauma in your past. Maybe there's this hate, there's anger against your mom, your dad. Rewiring Minds, as you know, it's a 3-stage program. So phase 1 is always pulling out the weeds. And oftentimes, all those triggers people experience in the present moment, the root cause lays in the childhood. By the age of 7, it could be aunt, uncle, mom, dads. Feeling rejected, feeling unloved, feeling not enough, right? That's where it's coming from. And then you have the triggers here where you're getting triggered by a lot of things, but it's because of the pain, but that pain, the intensity of the pain is high because of that past. So it's time. If you have a health condition, remember, it's telling you something. Your body can heal. You can allow it. You can give it the tools to heal. Release whatever is not serving you, right? Increasing positive emotions. Now, yesterday, I shared with you a heart math tool. That heart math tool was called the quick coherence method. All you did was place a hand on your heart. The moment you did that, you were releasing oxytocin, cuddle hormone, really good for you. That was a hormone you were releasing, because that is what positive emotions do. Positive emotions releases hormones that support your well-being. When you're in fight, so if you have cortisol, epinephrine, adrenaline, all of those hormones are fight and flight. Those hormones, when they go through your body, it's just causing wear and tear. Your body is like, oh, I need to be in a fight and flight. The moment you go into love, kindness, gratitude, you're releasing all these beautiful hormones, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. They are good for you. DHEA, oh my goodness, how did I forget DHEA? Your anti-aging hormone, right? They're good for you. They can heal you, right? That is the power of positive emotions. So when I talk about positive emotions, increasing positive emotions, I want to add one more question, one more challenge today. So you just have to answer one question. One question is, why is my health condition here? What is it trying to tell me? Follow your intuition, right? Why is it here? What is it trying to say? Do I have to change my diet? Do I have to change my release any suppressed emotions? That's one of your tasks for today. The other task is pick a technique that can put you in states of positive emotions. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do that. Number one, you already know the quick coherence. If you don't remember what it is, go back and watch yesterday's replay. Number two, I highly recommend a gratitude journal. You know what? Just get a plain book. I was looking for my journal. So mine is just a notebook. And I write down 3 things I'm grateful for in the morning. And you know what? Before going to bed, write down 3 things that happened that day that you're grateful for. It's a gratitude journal. Just feeling as you're writing, feel the gratitude. Now, increasing positive emotions, one of the things that I always tell clients is I always ask them, what brings you joy? Because I know you might have a health condition, and that health condition, chances are it's draining you. It's making you feel powerless. It's making you feel hopeless. There might be elements, if you dig deeper, of anger against it. Why is it there? Guilt, shame, all of that. I'm sure if you did the work and went deeper, all of that is attached to it. But the moment you start to do activities that brings you joy, you're already shifting. You're shifting in these states as though you are healed, right? So for me, for an example, I know I told you wait till Friday and I'll share my healing journey with you. But for me, the example that I'm going to share with you is when I felt it, when I felt sick, when my joints were hurting, right? And I knew I was getting sick. At first, I fought it. At first, I was angry. At first, I went, why? But then I asked myself that question I asked you guys to work on. Why is it there? And I realized the timing of it was so perfect. It had a purpose. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to use my meditation, my visualization technique. It's going to work. Well, you know, I came to that visualization and meditation at the time from this place of fear, from this place of not feeling the emotions, that it is going to work. Because part of me had been through this particular condition so many times in the past that I knew the course it would take. So I thought about it and it wasn't working for the longest time. Well, not the longest time, for that day. And then what I did was move into positive emotions. And for me, you guys, if you know me, you probably see it on Instagram and here, I love to sing and dance. And you know what? My joints were hurting. I have to admit my neck was hurting, but I put on my favorite music and I started jumping on the bed and singing to the song in that pain. And let me tell you, right after that is when I knew my body had started healing. It was a shift. You just know, that's the intuition. You just know. And that is what I really want to emphasize. Increasing positive emotions is powerful. And to that, if you add already setting yourself free from the chains of this disease, feel as though you are healed, start to sing and dance, because you're probably going, oh man, my joints hurt. I can't sing and dance. My body's too weak. I'm going to encourage you to do that. Because the moment you start to shift, you're stepping into power. And again, if you cannot move your body, please consult your medical healthcare professional. This is something that worked for me, so I'm sharing with you. Now, next one, number 7, embracing social support. You know, many times when you get sick, people want to push people away, right? So if it's an infection like with COVID, there's a lot of isolation. But even in that isolation, you want to make sure you're receiving your social support. Allow people to support you, right? Allow people to take care of you. Maybe you are a mom who's always been taking care of others, and you've been taking care all your life of people around you. And maybe your disease, your health condition is telling you to stop. It's time to allow others to support you. It's okay to receive love. Maybe there is something that's stopping you, right? If you are having difficulty accepting social support, ask yourself why. Why the difficulty in accepting love from others. Maybe there's a limiting belief. Maybe there is something in the childhood that occurred that made you feel you're not worthy. Do you have that belief that you think you're not worthy of love, that you're not worthy of all this downpour of love, like people trying to help you and support you? Is there somewhere where you're trying to push people away because you don't think you're worthy of it? You're feeling guilt and shame. You feel like somehow you're sick. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just gonna, yes, my phone, I better switch it off. Totally distracted me. But yeah, ask yourself why, right? And be open to support, social support. Share with someone what you're going through, what you're feeling. Maybe this disease is here for a reason and you had an aha moment. Share with your best friend. Share with your family, right? Let them in. I heard once, this is totally sidetracking. As you know, I can go on and on about these subjects because I'm passionate about this. I once heard intimacy means into me you see, right? So think about if you allowed people in your healing journey, you opened up and shared with them, yeah, this disease or this sickness, I feel like it's because of this, and I'm feeling this. Having those deep conversations, allowing people to see who you really are. Into me, you see, right? You build intimacy with your friends, with your family, right? So anyway, embrace social support. It is very important in the healing process. Now, 8, deepening your spiritual connection. So that is also part of what we do at Rewiring Minds. All the meditations, everything connects to a higher wisdom, a higher consciousness. Because the moment you deepen that spiritual connection, the moment you realize you design your life. So you want to be free of your sickness, design it. How would that feel in your body? And leave the miracle up to something higher than you, higher consciousness, higher wisdom. I believe in God. That's the term I've decided to, chose to use. But people choose universe, higher consciousness, higher wisdom, God, whatever you want to use. But the moment you step into realizing you are part of something bigger than you think, you're not just here to live your life and die, that you're here with the purpose, you are divine, you can create miracles in your life. You are the designer of your life, and there's something higher than you that performs the miracle for you when you step into that faith and belief that it can be done, right? And we'll talk more about belief tomorrow, and I'm not talking about spiritual belief. As you know, when I talk about these things, I love bringing in the science. Bruce Lipton, one of his books, The Biology of Belief. Powerful book. If you want to learn more about how your belief system can make you sick or heal you, a great book. Especially if you like the science. He talks about proteins, peptides, all of that stuff. Or I can just give you the Colts version tomorrow. All right. Last one, having a strong reason for living. Right? So if you know someone who's struggling, maybe terminally ill, ask them why they need to live. Because the moment you connect to why I need to live, connect to, yes, you know what? This is why I need to be healthy. This is why I need to take care of my body. It's not too late to ask yourself that question. Why do you need to take care of your mind, body, spirit? Why do you need to practice self-love? Why do you need to practice self-care? Because you know how this is all connected. As you can see, the 9 factors of radical remission involves all of that, right? So what are you waiting for? What is your reason to live and live happily? See, my reason is I have a 7-year-old and I want to set the example of miracles and of spirituality, of taking care of myself, of self-love, of how powerful I am, so he can see that and know that that is who he can be too, that he's a powerful being, that he can create the life he wants, that miracles can happen in his life, right? That is why I live. My strong reason for living is to impact my son. He's number 1. And then my mission, as you know, impact 200 million lives. That is my strong reason. What is yours? right? My son, number one reason, you guys, number one. What is yours? Find a reason. You are here with a purpose. You might not want to impact 200 million lives, but there might be a few lives counting on you. There might be at least one life that you don't know, but is depending on you, and you're here with a purpose. So find your reason. What is your reason for living? All right, you guys, checking in on time. As you all know, I have to end at 3. It's 2:48, which is perfect. Perfect, because the next 10 minutes, if you have any kind of sickness, any body pain, any cold, infection, virus, bacteria, any of that, let's do a quick meditation, setting an intention for this meditation, that this meditation is a healing meditation, allowing this meditation to heal your body. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. If you're sitting up, make sure to place your feet flat on the ground and have palms facing up on your knees. And feel free to lie down. If you're lying down, have pillows under your knees. Make sure your spine is straight, okay? I'm going to welcome you or invite you to close your eyes. And set an intention for today's practice. Are you looking for healing in your body? And just observe for a minute the thoughts that come up. And remember, when you observe, just observe as you're sitting by the side of the road, the traffic is going by. You're not just running into the traffic of thoughts, you're just observing them. So what are those thoughts? Are those thoughts of judgment, thoughts of fear, thoughts of anger, sadness, or excitement, gratitude? Remember, there is no right, there is no wrong. You're just observing without judgment, with kindness. Now we'll see, notice your breath, move into your breath next. And notice where you feel your breath. Do you feel it in the area of your chest, your stomach? Notice your inhale, notice your exhales, and see if you can deepen it a little bit. Make it a little deeper, a little slower than you usually breathe. And see if you can add a rhythm to this breathing. Breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Now with your next breath, then allow the breath to go all the way down into your toes. And just start to observe the area of your toes. Observe the toenails, observe the space between the toes. Moving your attention to your feet, observing your soles. And just notice any sensations, any tingling, any pins and needles. Maybe you notice moisture in the area, or maybe it feels dry. Notice the top of the feet. Notice if you can feel the bones, the muscles. And with your next breath in, allow the breath to flow all the way into your feet, expanding the area of your feet and your toes with your breath. This healing breath, bringing in newness, bringing in fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let your toes, let your feet melt away in your mind's eye. Release all that is no longer serving you. Let it go. Now bring your attention to the area of your leg. And just noticing your ankles, noticing your knees, noticing your calves, your shin. Noticing if the right leg feels tighter than the left or if it's the other way around. With your next breath in, allow the breath to flow into the area of your legs, expanding it with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let your legs melt away in your mind's eye. Release. Let it go. Now bring your attention to the area of your thighs. And once again, just notice. Noticing any tightness, noticing any sensations, the bones, the muscles, the blood flow. With the next breath in, allow the breath to expand the area of the thighs, filling it with newness, filling it with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, allow your thighs to melt away in your mind's eye. Let it go. Release. Now bring your attention to the area of your hips and your glutes. Noticing if the right feels tighter than the left, or is it the other way around? With your next breath in, allow the breath to expand your hips, expand your glutes with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, allow your hips and glutes to melt away in your mind's eye. Now bring your attention to your back, noticing your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. And just notice, are you carrying any stress, carrying any baggage, any emotions that you have suppressed in this area? With your next breath in, allow the breath to flow into the area of your mid back, lower back, your upper back, just filling your entire area of your back with newness, with fresh energy, expanding it. And as you breathe out, allow your back muscles to melt away in your mind's eye. Release all that is no longer serving you. Now bring your attention to your arms, your upper arms, lower arm, elbow, wrists, fingers. With the next breath in, allow the breath to fill the area of your arms, your fingers, your wrists, upper arm, lower arm. Fill it with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let it melt away in your mind's eye. Now bring your attention to the area of your stomach. Noticing the stomach rise as you breathe in and stomach fall as you breathe out. Notice if you're carrying any emotions, any suppressed emotions in the area. With the next breath, then allow the breath to expand the area of your stomach with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let your stomach melt away in your mind's eye. Let it go. Now bring your attention to the area of your throat. Are you holding on to any tightness in the area? Are you using your voice? Are you speaking your truth? With the next breath in, allow the breath to expand the area of your throat with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let your throat melt away in your mind's eye. Let it go. Now bring your attention to the area of your neck, following the top of your head, the back of your head. Just notice the entire area at the back, your neck, the back, the top of the head. With the next breath in, allow the breath to expand the area of your neck, expand the back of your head, the top of your head. Expanding it with newness, with fresh energy, and as you breathe out, let it go. Let go of all that is no longer serving you. Now bring your attention to the area of your face. Noticing the muscles around your eyes, the muscles on the forehead. Noticing the nose, the eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows. Noticing your lips, your chin, your tongue, your gums, your teeth, your ears. Noticing your jaw. Just notice you're holding on to any tightness, any stress. With your next breath in, allow the breath to flow into the area of your heart. The area of your face. Expanding the area of your face with newness, with fresh energy. And as you breathe out, let it melt away in your mind's eye. Let it go. Now bring your attention to the area of your heart. Just notice that area. Does the heart feel tight and constricted, or does it feel open? With your next breath, then allow the breath to flow in through the area of your heart and out through the area of your heart. Now breathing once again into the area of your heart, expanding the heart with newness, with freshness. Expanding the energy around the heart, and as you breathe out, let your heart melt away in your mind's eye. Now imagine this big ball of white light above your head. And this ball of white light is full of love, full of peace, full of calmness, full of healing. And as this white ball of light descends down your body as you start to breathe in, this white ball of light is going to transform any sickness, any cells that are no longer serving you, transforms it all into light. So with your next breath in, allow this ball of light to start to descend. As you breathe in, it starts to descend down your head, down your face. And as it's descending, you start to notice all the cells in your face, your head, they all start to become light. Your face starts to radiate light. Allowing this ball of light to descend down your neck, down your throat, down your chest, down your arms, down your stomach. You start to notice how your entire body, entire cells in your upper body are being transformed to pure white light. It's transforming, it's healing. This white ball of light is taking with it all that is no longer serving you. Your sickness, your pain, your emotions. Now allow this white ball of light to descend down your hips, your glutes, your thighs, your knees, your legs, your toes, your feet. Allow it to descend all the way down into the ground. And as it's descending into the ground, it's taking with it all that sickness, all that pain, all those negative emotions, the baggage. It's pulling it all out, taking it into the middle of the earth. And you start to notice that your entire body is now full of light. You no longer matter. You're just pure energy. You start to notice this pure light that you are. You start to radiate this light inwards towards yourself as you bless yourself, saying, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I abide in peace. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I abide in peace. Now allow this light that you are to radiate outwards. Imagine yourself radiating light 360 degrees. You're just this beacon of light. And you're blessing the people around you, all those that are sick around you, sick in this world, blessing them all. May you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you all abide in peace. May you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you all abide in peace. And slowly you can orient yourself back to the room. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Notice how your body feels with this reset. This is something you can imagine, you can do every day. This ball of light descending, taking away the sickness, powerful meditation. I thank you so much for joining me on this module. I will see you all again next time, well, tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be a fun session. So stay tuned for tomorrow. If you have any questions, I'm losing my words. Feel free to ask your questions down in the comments below. Thank you so much once again, and I will see you tomorrow, you guys. Bye for now.